Hello everyone, on this brisk morning. We are here in beautiful southern Utah during early spring, so we still have a little bit of snow on the ground. My son decided to climb the hill right here, so we're playing a little game of Where's Waldo? See if you can find him while we get a little bit closer to the hillside here. There he is at the top of the screen. He was having a blast climbing the hills here at the Twin Hollows Campground. It's a free camping area very close to Belly of the Dragon hiking trail. I'll put a link down below in the description. We'll explore the Belly in a minute, but for now, let's take in this amazing scenery in southern Utah. Alright, we are here now at the Belly of the Dragon. Right here is a little culvert tunnel thing that goes underneath the road right here, and it's really easy to get to. You just come like a quarter mile down this dirt road to get here. Any vehicle could get here. It's super easy to get to. It's really cool. The first thing we're going to do though, we're going to find a little geocache while there's no muggles around so that we can knock that off of our list, and then we're going to take you into the Belly of the Dragon. Let's go do these fun things. This cave. I guess it's not really a cave, it's more of a tunnel, huh?
Yeah. Go check that.
And it's really cool coming through here.
What?
There's ice on the ground because of the stream.
There ice?
Yeah, there's ice. I can see it up ahead. And you get towards like the, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through. And that's the view on the way back. Way better in person. Totally encourage you to come check out the belly of the dragon.
Good.
They kind of echo in here, huh? The dragon!
Yeah.
More of the trail up the trail outside of the belly of the dragon?
I'm staying beside.
I don't know. Yeah, right now, almost every single hike that I've been on that had a waterfall, I put my head under the waterfall. Kind of just one of those hiking things that I do. This looks like it might be a little bit difficult though. But if you listen very closely, you can hear water dripping. So, I don't know if I'm going to have enough water drip from right here, but for the sake of completion, let's see. That one looks like it's about to drop maybe. Drip, maybe. All right, we'll cheat. Just this once. With my head under. Oh, there we go, I touched it. I put my head under the waterfall. Woohoo! All right, now it's Wes's turn. He wants to put his head under the waterfall also. You got this?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Did you touch the ice with your head?
There we go.
There we go. All right. Good job, dude.
I'm gonna bring a little bit with ice. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring a little one probably.
Well, we tried to go up the hill over on this side, but it is in the shade a lot. And it was just a solid sheet of ice the whole way up the hill. We did attempt it, and it just wasn't happening. The trail goes up above, beyond the waterfall right there, way up further, and you know, there's going to be some way cool stuff to see up there. I'd love to come back in the summer to be able to see stuff, but for now, let's go to the south side of Kanab, check out some stuff that they got there. Let's go. All right, we are here at Pipe Springs National Monument. It's right here in the northern part of Arizona, just a few minutes south of Kanab. And right up the hill here with the visitor center is a whole bunch of information you can find out about the settlers in the area, along with the Indians. And there's a walking trail. We're going to get a tour a little bit of the buildings that are there from one of the National Parks employees. So, without further ado, let's get up there and check it out.
Oh, yeah. So my name is Ranger Ian. I'm a ranger here at Pipe Spring National Monument. And right now we're inside the courtyard of Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle has about a dozen different names, but most commonly Windsor Castle or the fort. Built 150 years ago, directly on top of Pipe Spring. Pipe Spring is a natural water source in the desert that people have been using for countless generations. Going back to the ancestral Puebloans, in the same culture you'd see at places like Mesa Verde. They built structures around here thousands of years ago. The Kaibab band of Paiute Indians, whose reservation lands were entirely surrounded by, their origin story places them in this area. Spanish explorers passed through the region in the 1700s, and then this building was built in the early 1870s by members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who are also known as Mormon settlers, and this was the headquarters for their cattle ranching and dairy production. This building was designed to be a fort, though it was never really used as a fort, never for any defensive purposes. It was a very sturdy home. But the fear in the West at that time period was to protect yourself against everyone else, the outsiders. So this was built on top of the spring to control that water source and have access to the water within should this ever be under attack. The two biggest fears at the time were to protect against Native American raids that just never happened, and later on to protect the people inside, the members of the church that practice polygamy, from the federal government breaking up polygamous groups. And legislation passed in the 1880s that made polygamy illegal in the United States, and there was a big crackdown throughout this region on that. And this was a hiding place of sorts, but it was never really used as a fort per se, a very sturdy home that people could hide out in and make 40 pounds of butter, 60 pounds of cheese nearly every day. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints owned this building up until the mid-1890s, where it transitioned into individual families that owned it, and they've exchanged family hand to family hand until the National Park Service purchased it in 1923, making this year, 2023, the 100th anniversary of being established as a national monument. We were established officially as a memorial to Western pioneer life, though in reality we were a bathroom stop. At that time, if you wanted to visit national parks, you'd join a touring company and they would bus you from park to park all across the region. Then it was a 4.5-hour rough road to the North Rim, 4.5 hours to Zion. We were in the middle. So it was a place to drink some water, eat a sandwich, go to the bathroom, and get back out in your car and go. So we, of course, do a lot more than that now. And the centennial year, based on some of the stories that we do share here, religious persecution and indigenous slavery, this is both a celebration and a commemoration year, a way to kind of honor some of the stories that haven't been told here over the generations and kind of set the tone for what we will do in the next 100 years. So that is the brief overview of this building and what Pipe Spring is. I encourage you to continue exploring, see what other images or video you can get along the way. 40 acres, it's small, not Grand Canyon, not Zion, not Bryce, but lots of history, and you can find something interesting out here.
All right, and with that, we are back to an area that we have been to before. Not this specific spot, but just on the other side of these little trees here. I'll put a link to a video that I did of a drive through this entire area so that you can see if you want to stay the night here, just north of Kanab. I also have a 360-degree video that you can click on the screen or move your phone and be able to look around as I'm driving through this particular area. So if you're new here, make sure to pitch a tent on that subscribe button. I would love to have you along for all of our adventures that we have coming up, and you'll be able to find all the stuff we've got going on in the past. So with that, see you in another video. Later.